My question is, has women today become overly masculine? Or has society redefined what masculinity means? Is this freedom of expression or psychological shift shaped by the media, economics, and modern culture? And before you react emotionally, pause. This is not an attack, it's an examination. Because something has to change. Acquiescence isn't an option. And ignoring it? Nah, it's not an option, bro. When both partners operate from dominance, conflict increases. Let's face it, a relationship is an organization. In every type of organization, there has to be a head. There has to be a leader. So when women say 50-50, or men bow down and say, yeah, I'm with that, we're going to rock out 50-50. When both partners operate from dominance, conflict increases. When both operate from passivity, directions disappear. Someone has to assume leadership of that relationship. So my question to you men under the sounds of my voice today, are you willing to bow down and you go with this social norm indoctrination that is going to be 50-50? Because I'm going to be straight up with you. I'm not with that. I'm going to lead my relationship. You feel what I'm saying? Society now encourages individual strength over relationship balance. And balance is where harmony lives. This is not about controlling women at all. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying when an organization don't have a leader, it crashes. It's about understanding dynamics. I'm talking about dynamics. So now, let's talk about system of freedom. So, is social engineering dominating you, or is it freedom? I'm talking to Eve right now, the females, right? Two truths cannot coexist. Two truths cannot coexist. Number one, women have more freedom than ever. It's an indisputable fact. Number two, media heavily influences behavior norms. Freedom expands options. Media shapes desires. So the question is, ladies, are you choosing freely or reacting to narrative pressure? I need you to muse over that. I want you to think for yourselves while it's still possible, because you're so heavily influenced by media, social media, and outside influences. I'm not even sure that you're thinking for yourselves anymore. Now let me discuss the real issue. The real issue isn't masculinity and women, because to me, that's confusion. And that's what the real issue is confusion. Confusion about roles, which role someone should play. Confusion about attraction, what attracts someone. I hear a lot of women saying, I can't get with a man, I don't need a man. I mean, the only time a woman's gonna come to the conclusion that I don't need a man is because she's having a problem maintaining a man, and so on and so forth. Because that's our nature. It's our genetic instinct to be attracted to our opposite sex. But when we have a confusion of identity, when a system passed certain laws and say, yo, you could be this far ahead, Johnny. You feel me? Johnny, you want to be married, you could be married. But and then if you speak out in opposition to that, suddenly you're a hater. It's sort of like depriving you of your own perspective. You understand what I'm saying? You dig? Strong women are not problems. Weak men are not problems. That's what they want to be. Then Hey, that's what it is. But the real problem is misalignment. That's the real problem. See, when energy dynamics clash, relationships suffer. And that's what you have in the day, my guy. Relationships are suffering drastically. Now, you need to muse over what I've said here. Those of you that's actually been able to contain your emotions. Because emotions often sparks anger, and anger blows out the light of your mind. You can't think clearly because you're in your emotions. In today's society, we got men that get as emotional as women. So the women that's acting masculine, the people that say, yo, I was born this way. Really? Or is that indoctrination? Leave your comments below. What do you think? What do you think? Many men are not willing to connect with women in today's society on a devotional level to the point of, hey, let's get married. Why? Because many men contend that the court systems are biased and they're going to get divorce rate. So let's go back. Let's go back and let's define these terms. Right? Let's define these terms. First, we must define masculine. Traditionally, masculine traits includes assertiveness, competitiveness, emotional restraint. You're not highly emotional, you're overreacting like dudes do today. Risk tolerance, physical dominance, emphasis added right there, and leadership drive. Now, the word masculine historically referred to traits associated with men only. This is an undisputable fact. But it seems like society is rewriting that narrative. Not because it was incorrect, but in modern culture, traits are no longer owned by one gender because society and the system is rewriting that. So the real question becomes, are more women adapting traditionally masculine behavioral traits? That's the question. And if so, why? Does this just rise up in a vacuum? The answer, statistically and culturally, appears to be yes, they are. But the question remains, why? Why? Let's talk about the economic shift. Women today earn degrees at higher rates. You have women entering combat sports. They're entering combat arms in the military. They lead corporations. They're delaying marriages for their careers. They prioritize independence. My question to you, ladies, is this masculinity? And if so, does that mean you're emulating a man? Trying to be other than yourself? It's just a question. Or is it adaptation by way of indoctrination? These are questions that need to be addressed. When societies shift economically, behaviors shift psychologically. Independence requires assertiveness. Competition requires toughness. Traits once labeled masculine are now survival tools. Which brings us to education, or should I say edumacation, as I like to call it. Women now earn approximately 57 to 60% of bachelor degrees in the United States. In many Western countries, they also outpace men and graduate education. In higher education, women now represent the majority of degree holders. That changes earning potential. That changes power dynamics. Let's move over to the workforce now. Workforce earnings. Women making up nearly 50% of the United States workforce. Did you know that? Let's talk about attraction dynamics. Now we enter uncomfortable territory. In heterosexual dynamics, masculine energy is often attracted to feminine energy. Feminine energy is often attracted to masculine energy. Why? Because opposites create polarity. So the question becomes, how many traditionally masculine men are deeply attracted to highly masculine behavioral traits in women? Comment below. Some are, but are you really masculine? Many aren't. See, polarity creates attraction. Similarity creates companionship. Modern dating struggles. It may not be about morality, but about mismatched polarity. You understand what I'm talking about? Leave your comments below. Female breadwinners are present in roughly 40% of households. More women are delaying marriage to focus on career. Economic independence reshapes relationships' expectations. Dependence decreases. Negotiation increases to those men that's willing to cater to that. Let's go back over to combat sports for a second. Like the UFC, boxing. Yeah, female participation in combat sports have grown significantly over the last decade. The UFC have multiple high-profile female champions. Physical dominance used to be exclusively male territory. Today, it is normalized for women. What happened? Perception shifts when exposure increases. Let's talk about this media thing again. Modern media frequently promotes, you don't need a man, you don't need anyone. Self-sufficiency over interdependence. Softness equals weakness in women. This is what the media are feeding you. So I ask you again, is this indoctrination or is this from your own thinking? Because it didn't rise up in a vacuum. Narratives influence identity. Now you like to understand it, believe it or not, but these are absolute facts. Identity influences behavior. Behavior reshapes culture. Psychology teaches that attraction often relies on polarity. Complementary traits rather than mirrored ones. When both partners operate from dominance, conflict frequently increases. When neither does, leadership dissolves. I reiterate, there has to be a leader in that relationship. This is Tazadoctrine. I'm just being analytical, not accusatory. Facts are the facts. So, you're going to have to draw a line in the sand and decide which side of this you're on. Are you for masculine women, dominant women? Because it causes a clash with dominant men. How many of you men that think that you're dominant, are you into dominant women? Leave your comments below. I'd like to hear your response. I'd like to hear response from the women as well. But you're going to have to come to a conclusive reality that what I'm speaking is factual, and they don't want these type of topics talked about. I'm not wasting a lot of time like a lot of these so-called dating coaches that's feeding you garbage. I'm feeding you absolute facts that you need to consider if you're contemplating interacting with the opposite sex. Well, because some of you, I know you're into the whole alternative thing, and that's an entire different topic. But as for me, I'm that masculine dude, and I'm not going to be led by a female in a relationship. That's where I'm at on it. Leave your comments below. Acquiescence isn't an option. To those of you that remain silent, you've already provided your answers. You dig? Feel me? This should matter to you. Real men, if there's such a thing left, and real women must stand up. Leave your comments below. I reiterate, acquiescence isn't an option. Strong women are not the enemy. Weak men, that's not the enemy either. It's not your fault. You've usually been reared by a single parent. The real enemy is misalignment. But the question is not who's wrong. The question is what dynamic works. Leave your perspectives below. Acquiescence is not an option. Awareness is. This is not an accusation, it's observation. Have women become more masculine in some measurable ways? Yes. Is it inherently wrong? Not necessarily, but it changes relationships dynamics. The solution is not hostility, it's awareness. Leave your thoughts below. Is this freedom of expression or reframing of perception? Acquiescence. It's not an option. The discussion's on. Leave your comments below. I'm Kahan Tazadaq, and this is Tazadoctrine. Thank you. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe,